Then the topic, again, I'm sorry, we have to bring it up again, is the issue of a very prominent conservative voice going on the radio yesterday and saying he evolved overnight and he's in favor of amnesty. Overnight, he evolved. I hear about evolution, but one thing I know as a biologist, you can't evolve overnight. See, you don't evolve overnight. You don't have one position on Tuesday and another position on Thursday. That's not called an evolution, my friends. Evolution takes a while. That's called evolution. No, that's called a turnabout. That's called turnabout. That's called a revolution. It's not called or a revelation, you could call it, but not an evolution. But let's play that unnamed individual because I don't want to attack him. I want to ask you what you think about his evolution in clip one. So, Dean, please play clip one.
We've got to get rid of the immigration issue altogether. It's simple for me to fix it. I think you control the border first. You create a pathway for those people that are here. You don't say you got to go home. And that is a position that I've evolved on. Because, you know what? It's got to be resolved. The majority of people here, if some people have criminal records, you can send them home. But if people are here, law-abiding, participating 4 years, their kids are born here, it's first secure the border, pathway to citizenship, done. Whatever little penalties you want to put in there if you want, but then it's done.
That was brilliant.
But
that's a brilliant analysis. That's really deep thinking. Okay, that's very deep thinking. That's a great analysis that comes right out of the Republican talking points from John Boehner. I'm sorry to tell you. I have to tell you, to maintain my credibility, I have to tell you I've never heard such malarkey in my life. Now, yesterday I said I will not attack any other host who was syndicated by Cumulus, and I stick by that. But I'll tell you, this is such a shocker. This goes outside the realm of loyalty to the team because this is shocking. Something's wrong with the picture that overnight a man would say a thing like this, and the next day he's not on the radio. Gone. I don't understand what's going on, but I think I know what's going on. I think that there's a very, very big sea change coming from the Republican Party, which I saw the day after yesterday. If you know what I'm saying, when we saw the useless guy who runs the Republican Party, John Boehner, like getting up there like a lush in a bar saying, I'm for whatever they say I do, I'm for them, let's evolve on this, let's evolve on that, we stand for nothing, I'm glad I have the job, look at the suit I can wear, I bought a new tie, I have a nice suit, I'm doing better than I did when I was a union representative, why should I throw away a gavel, look what I could do if I just keep turning, and turn, I don't care what I stand for as long as I stand here, I like how I look, I like how I sound, I'm glad I have the job, why should I do anything that would offend Obama? So I agree with him, whatever he wants. I'll make believe I don't. This is what's going on now in the talk radio business. So Karl Rove disgraced himself, as you well know. And we said yesterday he was one of the individuals who should no longer be taken seriously. And I hope the Republicans learn. No, they don't. They don't learn anything, as you well know. See, well, okay, that's a whole story for another. And now we have this. If you cannot talk about these topics on a Friday night, you must really be agitated. Now, amnesty is a big lie. It didn't work in 1986, and it was tried. Many of you don't know that. And I've educated you in the first hour to the fact that under Reagan, there was a Simpson-Mazzoli Act. It was passed during the Reagan years in 86, and it was supposed to take care of our illegal immigration problem. We were promised that this landmark legislation would be the cure-all, and that we would no longer have this problem. And it didn't. It didn't work. Can I have the data I asked for about other votes? See, there are many Republicans are so deluded that they think that they're going to get Hispanics to vote for them if they only bend over backwards to the illegals who broke the law, by the way, coming here, and grant them amnesty. Now, let me explain why that's a lie. First of all, it didn't happen from 86 to now. Millions of people were granted amnesty in 86, and what they do, they brought in their families. Now they're screaming, oh, you're a racist. The whole family needs amnesty. Well, hello, did they vote for Republicans after they're granted amnesty through the Simpson-Mazzoli Act? No. What was the Hispanic vote for Obama in 08? What was it? 62%. What was the Hispanic vote for Obama in 2012? 67%. I didn't suddenly see any of them jump over to the Republican Party. Now, let's look at the Jewish vote for Obama. It's an interesting statistic because many Jews have been here, their family's been here 100 years or more. They're still Democrats. They could be wealthy, they could be powerful, they could be running Hollywood. Why are they still a liberal Democrat? The Jewish vote for Obama in 08 was 78%. The Jewish vote for Obama in 12 was 70%. It went down 8% only because of Israel. But fundamentally, the Jewish people have not evolved politically in 100 years. They're still acting as though that they're immigrants just off the boat. They're still at Ellis Island. They still think that they suffered from the Triangle Shirtwaist fire personally. They could be running Hollywood, but they still feel as though they were working in the needle trades, and they came up with an undershirt from the needle trades. They were in a sweatshop, and they're still going to vote Democrat right down the line. What am I saying by this? I'm saying to you that it's shocking to me how immigrant groups continue to vote liberal Democrat 100 years later. And so if the Republicans are to delude themselves into saying, well, we'll evolve and we'll grant amnesty to the illegals, and they're going to suddenly, oh, yeah, I love Republicans now. Oh, I love them. I love those guys in check pants in the country club. I've always loved them. They're just my cup of tea. Why do I love them? Well, because they granted me amnesty. And they're like the master of the plantation. So I'm going to go for them. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't vote. Asian vote for Obama in 08, 62%. Asian vote for Obama in 2012, 73%. Women vote for Obama in 08, 56%. Women vote for Obama in 2012, virtually the same, 55%. Didn't change, which is interesting since all of the ethnic groups went up for Obama, with the exception of the Jewish vote, which went down by 8% because of Israel. Notice how the woman vote was static because women got leery of Obama on the national security issue and the bread and butter issues. But that's a separate issue. What I'm saying is don't be deluded into thinking that by granting amnesty to illegal aliens, suddenly the Hispanics are going to vote for the Republican Party. They're not going to vote for the Republican Party. It's not going to happen. 100 years from now, they're still going to be voting for the left wing, the radical left. The very thing they ran away from in Mexico, Guatemala, and El Salvador, the corrupt socialist dictatorships they ran away from, they're voting to have put into this country. You want me to spell it out for you a little bit more? The very things that the Hispanic people ran away from in their corrupt banana republics, they're trying to have happen here. They don't even know it. Because why? Because not one Republican has explained to them the difference between what the Republican Party ought to stand for and what the liberal Democrat Party, in fact, does stand for. The Obama machine is almost identical in principle to the socialist machines of Mexico, Guatemala, and El Salvador, which the Hispanic people ran away from. Do you know that? Now, if a Republican had explained that, he might have gotten 10% of the intelligent Hispanic vote to move over. But no one would even explain that to them. Why? Either they don't even know it themselves, or they were afraid it would backfire on them if they dared say it and be used against them. So that's where we talk show hosts come in radio. We go beyond politics because we're not politicians. Now, let's stop there for a minute. Or are we politicians? Well, we live and die by ratings, don't we? Don't we live and die by ratings? So there are some talk show hosts who are under the foolish assumption that if they suddenly come out for amnesty, their ratings are going to go up because all of those people who are listening to music stations and sports are suddenly going to listen to them. Oh, he's a good guy. He came out for amnesty. It's not going to work that way. It doesn't happen. It won't happen. And I know it from various and sundry studies. It's just not going to work. Moreover, you're going to lose your base by pandering. The only thing you got left in this business at the end of the day, and I learned this from day one, is your credibility. If you have no credibility in talk radio, you can't do the show. No one will listen to you. You know, I was told that by a man who ran music stations. He told it to me about disc jockeys. Even disc jockeys have to have credibility, let alone a talk show host. I'll be right back.